Before building the interior, one thing that I really struggled with was deciding what layout to go with. And I sketched many layouts, and they all were good in some ways, they were bad in many other ways, and it was quite difficult to decide what to go for. And we were also out in the van, moving the chairs around, trying to see if anything would fit better than something else. So we're playing around with other layouts. The initial plan was to have a 4-seating dining area here, but now we're figuring out if it's possible to have an office here in the back and a 2-person dining area here, and maybe also with a swivel seat so you can have up to 4 people here.
Ja, det får bli lite modifiering där.
And after sketching and playing around with a lot of different layouts, the one I went for was actually my initial idea. Okay, so the goal of today is to get some sort of a frame for the bed going and hopefully be done with it. This is the first proper building day. So yesterday we mounted this one and a similar over here, and yeah, today we're building from that.
Looking in your eyes, I see a paradise. This world that I found is too good to
So
be true.
the idea is to have some kind of a shelf here going all the way.
So let me give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you. Let 'em say we're crazy. I don't care about that. Put your hand in my hand, baby. Don't ever look back. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other.
Han skulle nästan kunna röja inte ens vara autofokus på den här kameran. Okay, so things are turning out pretty well. And we are now building the skeleton of a drawer here.
Hello, Monica!
Du får sluta vara så jävla suddig, man ser ju knappt vem du är.
I'm gonna do. Let 'em say we're crazy. What do they know? Put your arms around me, baby. Don't ever let go. Let the world around us just fall apart.
The skeleton is already more or less fully built, and we're almost ready to start putting up the plywood walls. But before we do that, I feel it would have been great to get the wiring done, so you don't have to crawl under walls and shit when putting the wires. So that's what we're doing today. I bought a few lamps and whatnot, and the main wiring will be 12 volts, but there will also be a 230 volt system for the stove and gaming setup. But without further ado, let's get started, shall we?
Hold you forever, forever and ever. Hey!
So I'm running all in parallel, and that way I'll get 12 volts through every component instead of splitting the volt between multiple, which is great because everything I bought is 12 volt. So the lights and the plugs and whatnot, all is 12 volts. So running it parallel will probably make all components go 12 volts. I'm no electrical engineer, but that's what I've learned. Also, that's great because all the lights have individual switches, and running them in series would mean basically making a big AND gate, right? You would have to switch on every switch to get them to shine, and when you do, everything shines. So to have individual control, parallel is the way to go. Because that's more like an OR gate, right? I'm no electrical engineer, but I am a student of computer science, so I know a few gates at least. But yeah, I'm just cutting off wires right now and try to dimension them so there isn't too much slack, because you know, the further the cable, the more resistance. So having them as short as possible, but still with some margin for error when we mount the lights, is what I'm going for. So now the question is, do I run this above or below? I'm actually thinking below. But yeah, parallel is the way to go. And with that pretty much sums up this video. And in the next video, we'll put up the walls, get the furniture going, and hopefully be done with the van. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in that video.